How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store has updated their spring sale with Wave 2 of deals, and while I wouldn't say the Wave 2 update is incredible, there are certainly some great deals that have been added, and I do want to highlight some of the best deals under the price of $10. A lot of great stuff to go over, so let's just get right into it. Borderlands Legendary Collection is 80% off for $9.99. This might be the best deal across any sale that the PlayStation Store ever runs, just because the value of this deal is so insane. I get it that most of you guys at least already have the Handsome Collection, I would imagine, but if you don't have any of this, I mean, this is just a bargain. You get Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands the pre-sequel, and the majority of the respective games' DLCs. You're just missing one piece of DLC for Borderlands 2, which is innocuous in the grand scheme of things. Love these games. In my opinion, Borderlands 1 and 2 were the high points of Borderlands. I thought they went a little bit awry with Borderlands 3. Still a good game, and I did not like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands whatsoever. But, yeah, great bundle here. Even if you play these games solo, I think Borderlands is a great time solo as well. You know, with Borderlands 4 coming out, not a bad time to check out these games. Not really completely sold on Borderlands 4, but I will tell you, Borderlands 1 and 2 were tremendous, so certainly do recommend those games. Next up, Watch Dogs Complete Edition, 80% off for $5.99. Man, I remember the lead up to Watch Dogs back in 2014. I want to say it got revealed in 2012, and I remember being blown away when it was initially revealed. And remember, back then, Ubisoft had a lot of goodwill. We're coming off the Assassin's Creed XCOM trilogy, and Ubisoft was doing genuinely good work, and Watch Dogs, I think a lot of people were viewing it as, wow, Ubisoft is about to establish another big open world IP here, and such an interesting setting, hacker theme going on for it, and there were some issues with the game that didn't make it click at a high level. However, if you go back and play it without the crazy expectations that I personally had going into the release of the game, you'll find a pretty well-made open-world game. Narratively, it's solid, the main character is likable, and gameplay-wise, I thought it was well done as well. $5.99 gets you the DLC as well. I think this is a solid pickup, and I would recommend a lot of you guys to go back and play Watch Dogs 1. Legion was mid, but Watch Dogs 1 I actually think was a pretty solid game going back and playing it. Detroit Become Human, 50% off for $9.99. Great deal for Detroit. It's one of those games that you just gotta know what you're getting yourself into. Very much a narrative-driven game, light on any kind of action gameplay. Really, no action gameplay or anything like that, but the narrative is very, very good. What I always recommend with the Quantic Dream games, if you're gonna play them, go play them blind, at least for your first playthrough. Subsequent playthroughs, you want to go back and you want to get the choices that lead to the narrative direction you want, fine, but the thing about these games is you want the decision-making to have consequences. That's how you'll feel the most impacted by a game like this, and if you just know what's coming ahead and know what choices to make and everything like that, that totally kills the purpose of the game. In my opinion, if you disagree, more power to you. If you want to use a guide right off the rip and just enjoy it as an interactive movie, more power to you, but that's what I would recommend. $9.99 is a great deal, definitely check that out. Next up, we got Persona Dancing Endless Night Collection. Certainly not a game for everyone and not a collection for everyone. Takes the Persona music, throw it in a dancing game, a music rhythm game, you get a pretty solid music rhythm game. I mean, the Persona music is fantastic, and here you get Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, and with this bundle, you also get Persona 4 Dancing All Night. That's just thrown in there. I don't know why they don't promote it. I feel like, why not promote it? You're getting 3 games here, and it's fantastic, so definitely do check it out. A lot of great music here, and I think Persona 4 Dancing All Night came out on the PS Vita, and it was exclusively released in this collection as a port on other platforms, but I digress. It's a great collection. Definitely check it out at this price point of $8.24. Good pickup there for sure. Next up, we got Persona 4 Golden, 50% off for $9.99. More of a traditional Persona experience here. Now, the rumor mill does have it that Persona 4 might get a ground-up remake, and it probably will happen at some point. You see how well Persona 3 Reload did. They have the foundation of what people want out of a remake. They can do that with Persona 4 Golden as well. Print a bunch of money and move on with their merry way. And I just hope Then we get Persona 6 before the Persona 4 remake. Like, come on now. I think it's due time for Persona 6. P4, for a lot of people, is their favorite Persona game. I know people go back with P3, P4, P5. They're all tremendous, tremendous games. And Persona 4, I really did enjoy. Awesome soundtrack, great songs. Like, I'll Face Myself. I know that's like the generic, oh my god, Persona 4 has such a banger soundtrack. Did you listen to I'll Face Myself? But yeah, that's like a generic favorite song. But the rest of the soundtrack is great. Story's really good, twists and turns, and yeah, solid turn-based JRPG. Still holds up fairly well, even with it being, what is it, 17 years old at this point? Yikes. 2012 for the PS Vita release, which is the golden version, but nonetheless, $9.99 for that. Great pickup there. Next up, Vampyr, 80% off for $7.99. Certainly not a big budget AAA action RPG here. It was done by Don't Nod Entertainment, the same guys that brought out the Life is Strange games. Totally different from those style of games. Vampire theme going on for it. Awesome atmosphere, great voice acting, narratively strong. Unfortunately, the ending isn't that great, and the gameplay also, unfortunately, is pretty mediocre, but I feel like for the atmosphere, for the narrative, it's a worthwhile game to go through. For $7.99, it's not a bad pickup, and I would say give it a look at this price point. Next up, we got South Park The Stick of Truth, 80% off for $5.99. Excellent, excellent deal for South Park The Stick of Truth. Just a great RPG. I'm not even a big South Park guy, but the comedy in this game resonated really well with me, and I did watch like the South Park specials that came out a few years ago, but, you know, not a episodic viewer of South Park. But the funniest thing about this game is it's fundamentally a well-made turn-based RPG. Like, that's hilarious. You're taking the South Park IP, but you've also got a game that's mechanically well-made. Not super lengthy, but a game like this, you don't want it to overstay its welcome, and I thought they found the right length for a game like this, where you're not getting a 40-50 hour long turn-based RPG, but that's fine. It's a well-done game, and for $5.99, a great pickup here for sure. Judgment, 75% off for $9.99. Great deal for Judgment. It's a really solid game from RGG, and a good gateway into the RGG titles. If you just want to get into their games, Judgment's a pretty solid one because it's built ground up for the PS4, so the visuals are at a higher level than, let's say, something like Yakuza 0. You've got English voice acting, and the English voice acting is really good, and the story is awesome. Judgment has one of the best stories out of a RPG game. I probably would rank it like Yakuza 0, Judgment, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Like, you could go back and forth with those three games. I know some people really like Yakuza 1 as well, but those are probably the three, and how you want to rank them is totally up to you. But yeah, Judgment is high up there, and it's just a really, really well done game for this price point. Definitely a great pickup. Next up, we have XCOM 2 The Collection, 90% off for $9.99. Even if you're not the biggest tactics game fan, I would give XCOM 2 a shot. I think it's really well done. Performance does have some issues. It doesn't have a native PS5 version or anything like that, which is a little bit of a bummer, and the technical issues do hold this game back a little bit. But with this collection, you get the base game, you get the War of the Chosen expansion, and some other DLC content as well. A lot of replayability, rewarding game as well. $9.99, a good pickup on that. Next up, an iconic JRPG, Chrono Cross The Radical Dreamers Edition is 60% off for $7.99. Now, obviously, this is an updated release of a PS1 game, so keep your expectations in line as far as what you're gonna get out of this game, but a nice upgrade. I didn't have a significant affinity towards Chrono Cross growing up or anything like that. I want to say one of my buddies had the game, or maybe I even owned the game, but it's not when I was playing games on the PS1, my video games that I enjoyed were fairly narrow, and it's not like I was super young. I wasn't picking up every game, but I remember the Chrono Cross box art sticking out to me. But back in the day when I had a PS1, it was like Mega Man X4, Spyro, and the wrestling games. Like, that was my cycle of PS1 games for a while, and then, you know, like, I had a friend that would introduce me to Legend of Dragoon, and I'm pretty sure he had Chrono Cross as well. Introduced me to Final Fantasy 7 and 8, and it took me a while to get really into all of these games, but these days, you know, JRPGs is all I talk about. But Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition, it's an upgraded release of one of the beloved JRPGs. Check it out, $7.99 on that. Next up, we have Ultros, 60% off for $9.99. Super, super trippy visual aesthetic style here. A psychedelic sci-fi journey, Ultros is set in a multifaceted realm, a vast alien landscape teeming with life grounded in science fiction. Ultros comes wrapped in both eccentric art style from the visionary El Huervo, renowned for his work in Hotline Miami, and a mystical soundtrack composed and performed by Rat Vader Oscar Redelius. Ultros explores meta themes of mental health, life, death, and karmic cycles through deep lore and environmental storytelling. Ultros is available 60% off for $9.99. Next up, we have Gunfire Reborn, 50% off for $9.99. A very replayable game, a level-based adventure game featuring FPS, roguelite, and RPG elements. You control unique heroes, each with different abilities as they adventure through procedurally generated levels. $9.99 for Gunfire Reborn. Next up, a classic Braid Anniversary Edition, 66% off for $6.79, and then if you're a Plus subscriber, an additional 4% off for $5.99. Braid's a classic, and this is an updated release. This is the game you remember with all the original challenges and the same haunting, evocative score, but repainted pixel by pixel so that each carefully rendered world comes to life in high resolution. New visual details, animated brushstroke effects, and revamped sounds add to the immersive experience. Braid Anniversary, again, available for $6.79, $5.99 if you are a Plus subscriber. Next up, we have Shadowrun Trilogy. $9.99 for this is an awesome deal. You get Shadowrun Return, Shadowrun Dragonfall, and Shadowrun Hong Kong. All three games at this price point is a great pickup. More of a throwback RPG akin to PC titles, but great cyberpunk settings in these games. I played these when they came out on PC way back in the day, but got ported to PlayStation somewhat recently, like not that long ago, 2022, so yeah, fairly recently, all things considered, given when they initially came out, but $9.99 for the trilogy. And then lastly, thought I would give a shout to Far Cry Primal as well. The Far Cry game that's forgotten about a lot, but Primal, I remember enjoying it quite a bit when it came out. I think at this point when Primal came out, Far Cry was getting a little bit, you know, we got Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, and those were very similar to one another, and they decided to change things up a little bit with Primal. You have a different setting, but you can very much tell through and through this is a Far Cry game, and it's a pretty well done one, and I think at $7.49, a pretty solid pickup for this for sure. But that'll do it for me. Again, a lot of great PlayStation Store deals, all of these under $10. Go check them out for yourself. Links in the description box below, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.